Welcome, everyone, to the Better Love Movement podcast, where you will finally learn how to intentionally do dating and relationships right. My name is Anita Stoudemire, and I'm a licensed professional therapist and your personal love mentor. I've worked with thousands of singles and couples, giving them the skills needed to attract and keep the amazing love they desire. It's my heart's work to help people to get the skills needed to not only become the very best versions of themselves, but to help them grow and evolve emotionally and relationally. You can absolutely have the romantic relationship of your dreams. Come and let me show you how. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Better Love Movement podcast. So we are here, finally. We are at the 100th episode of the podcast. If someone would have told me 99 episodes ago that we would finally be here, I probably wouldn't have believed them. I mean, I'm going to be quite honest with you. I have done this consistently throughout the last year and a half. And I have had some situations before where I have started things and haven't finished them. Like, I can be honest about that. But this is the one thing, one of a few things that I am so passionate about. I just cannot imagine not doing this, not coming to you all every week and talking with you about all things love and dating and relationships and having healthy love, healthy, happy marriages, healthy, happy relationships. Like, I just can't imagine not doing this. So this speaks so much to how much I absolutely love what I'm doing, that I am still doing this 100 episodes later. So my name is Anita Stoudemire, and I am a licensed professional therapist out of Richmond, Virginia. I have a private practice here in which I see couples and individual women, some individual men, but I also have an online dating and relationship platform and a coaching program, and it is the Better Love Movement. So a little bit about me. I got interested in this type of work basically because I became the person that I really needed, if I can be so honest. That's how I got into doing what I'm doing, because I needed me. I needed the person that I became through this movement. And so not only am I helping myself, I've been helping thousands of couples and women and men all over, not just here in Virginia, but all over the world, reaching them through my YouTube channel and my social media platform and the podcast. So I receive emails every week. I receive DMs or Facebook Messenger messages every single week, asking questions or leaving comments, or people who are seeking coaching and they want help to really improve their relationships in their life. And let me tell you something. Here's the thing I know about human beings. We are going to be in relationship with other human beings. Like, we are hardwired for it. So even when a person tells me, oh, I've been so hurt, I'm never going to date again, or I'm never going to love again, or I'm never going to marry again, they do. They always do. It's rare that I find someone who says that and they actually shut down for the rest of their life. We're just not built for it. So what I suggest people do is you've got to learn and grow from those mistakes or from those relationships that just don't work out. You've got to be prepared to learn those lessons from those relationships that don't make it and grow through it, and then get back out there and do it, because you're going to do it. You're going to do it. But here's the thing. If you shut down, if you tell yourself, no, it's too hard, I'm never going to do this again, okay, but you're not learning anything. You're not growing. You're not evolving. And then you know what's going to happen when you get tired of being alone and by yourself, or you get that craving to have the company of a man or a woman, you're going to stumble back out there. You haven't learned a thing. You haven't grown. You haven't evolved. And you're going to make the same mistake. I did. over and over and over. So you have to stop and you have to take stock of, okay, what am I doing here? What am I doing in this relationship? Or what am I doing that isn't working for me, right? Take stock and learn those lessons, apply them to your life. So when you move forward, you're now doing something different. And then you're going to get different results. Okay. That's why I'm here. That's my purpose. That's why I exist, is to help people along that path, along that journey. And so again, I do this work because I need this work. I needed this. I needed to learn about feminine energy. I needed to learn about loving myself and self-esteem and self-worth. I needed to set up a system in which I will follow now that will get me the results I really want and need and desire. I needed the scientific, research-backed principles. So this is not just my opinion. There's a lot of this stuff is scientific research. These are science-based principles. And so I needed all of that so that I could get better results. And here's the thing I know for sure. Since I've been learning about this and growing through this over the last, 20 plus years, each and every relationship that I attract or that I'm in, I get better and better. The relationships get better and better. And so I know, okay, I'm onto something. Some of the time when the relationships that I'm in or the dating situations that I'm in, they don't last, they don't make it. It isn't because I was a bad person or he was a bad person or he was a narcissist or I was cheating. It wasn't any of that. A lot of it is finding the best fit for you. So I don't want you to think there has to be this problem, this major thing that happens that kills all relationships. Sometimes, let's just think about this. Sometimes two people are not a good fit for each other. And no matter what they do, no matter who they see or where they go, there are couples that come to me and they don't make it. They don't make it. They get a divorce or they break up. And honestly, I don't take it personally. I don't think, oh, my counseling didn't work or my coaching didn't work. Some people are not a good fit for each other. I see it every day, all day. And now that I've lived it in my own personal life where I was like, wow, I've dated 3 great guys, 3, healthy masculine men, or 3 men that were not abusing me. They were not hitting me. They were not cheating on me. They were not lying to me. They were not doing anything really wrong or bad. We just weren't a good fit for each other. So I want you to understand something. Sometimes it is the simple fact that 2 people are not a good fit. And we've got to open ourselves up to that. We don't need to make each other wrong or bad for it not to work out. That's the one thing I've learned in like 20 plus years is that, sometimes we're just not a good fit for each other. And so, that's like a person who likes to get up early in the morning and a person who likes staying up late at night. Okay, neither one of them are wrong or bad, but they may not be a good fit for each other. So maybe the early bird needs to find another early bird, or the night owl needs to find another night owl. That's it. Okay, so I have grown through the work that I've been doing over all these years. I have evolved. I have changed. I have gone through some major epiphanies, and I am hoping that in the work that I do through the podcast or the content that I create, that you all are doing that too, that you're coming to some epiphanies, you're coming to learn more and more about yourself, about relationships and what a healthy relationship looks like. That is so important to me. And if one person gets it, it is so worth it to me. So we are in the 100th episode tonight. I am going to be answering a lot of the questions. I cannot answer all of them because there were a lot. There were a lot of questions and comments that came in, but I am going to answer as many as I can. And then I am going to choose out of the fishbowl here the name of the lucky winner who's going to win a crisp $100 Cash App Okay. I'm going to choose that name at the end of this episode, and I'm going to give instructions on how that person can claim their prize. So you must listen to the episode to hear your name and to claim your prize. You've got to get the instructions to claim your prize. That's so, so important. All right, so let's jump in and get started. Let's answer some questions. Let's see. So I am going to keep all of these questions and comments anonymous. So we're not going to call any names as we're answering the questions, putting out the questions tonight. So I don't want anybody to worry about that. But I am going to do my best to try to read through them and answer them. All right. Okay. So I have a question here. It says, am I wrong for wanting the man to be the sole provider in the relationship? Don't get me wrong. I will help pay bills in a home. Okay. So number one, that's the first question. No, you are not. That is called your standard. That is something that you desire. And there's nothing wrong with that. And you just have to set that standard. Now, here's what I want to tell you, ladies, when it comes to setting a standard. When we go inside of ourselves and we really know ourselves, we really figure out who we are, what we want, what we don't want, and what we need. Okay. That's very crucial. And when we're setting our standards, we have to know ourselves. But when you do, and you decide, okay, this is a standard for me. This is something that I want and something that I need. Okay. And I'm perfectly fine with that. Ladies set all types of standards all day long. They share them with me, and I'm cool with all of them because they know themselves. They're setting this standard based on knowing themselves. The second thing I want you to understand, though, is when you set a standard, this is just sheer numbers. Okay, this is the reality of just sheer numbers, and that there will be this large dating pool, right? And as you set your standards, that dating pool will get smaller. And that's okay. It's meant to do that, right? That's what standards do. We vet and qualify men, and we know that not every man is going to meet that standard. So this would be one of those things where we would say, okay, what is the pool out there of men who want to be sole provider men? And there are many men that do want to do that. But I just want you to understand the pool of men may be small, especially when you add up your other standards to that. But there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with wanting to have a provider man and know that as your standard and set it and keep it set. Because let me tell you, there are going to be men coming at you who are not going to be able to do that or provide that. They may not make as much money as you or whatever the case. But if that is your standard, then you're going to, pretty much say, well, I'm really looking for a provider man. I'm looking for a relationship where the man provides solely for our family, for us and our family. So that's perfectly fine. That's called your standard. Okay. The second question, it's a two-part question. Am I wrong for being too picky? Okay, she says, I prefer a man that has a decent job, career, a decent mode of transportation, a serious relationship with God, is drug and alcohol free, and is easy on my eyes. Again, that is your standard. There is no such thing as being too picky. A woman could have 1,000 things on her list, and she can consider all of those things her standard. But here's the reality. The longer the list, the smaller your dating pool is getting. And so if you're okay with that, I'm okay with that. I have been accused of being too picky, but I'm going to be honest with you. I am not going to settle for anything that's on my don't want list. I'm not doing that. And I know that the man that is the best fit for me, I know he's special. I know he's unique. And I know that he is going to come from a very small pool of men. Like, I know that. And I'm okay with that. So here's what you can't do. You can't have these standards. And I don't even think these standards that she mentioned are all that high. I think this is the bare minimum, quite frankly. These standards are the bare minimum in my mind. But once you set whatever the standard is, You cannot moan and complain and cry to everybody about, oh, there are no good men and I can't find a good man. No, you must be patient. You must be quiet. Your mouth cannot undo what you have decided that you want. Your mouth cannot then undo what you're trying to call in to your life and your existence. If you start, saying the opposite, you're undoing everything you say you want. So you are to continue to live your rich, full life. You're continuing to be involved in your work. You're continuing to have fun with your friends, or whether it's you have pets or you have children or family members or what have you, because you've set a standard. And until that comes along, you need to, one, be quiet. Don't use your words to untie what it is you say you want. And two, live your life. Be happy, have fun, be fulfilled. We're not waiting for a partner to be fulfilled. We're not waiting for a partner to live our lives. We're living our lives. We're having a good time. We're enjoying ourselves. So those are the two things to know about those questions is patience. It will require patience. If what we want is very unique, I know that is my list. It's very unique. I know I have to be patient. I know I have to prepare to receive that. So I believe in becoming what it is I say I want. And so that's what I'm working on every single day. I want a specific type of man and I have certain standards. And so I am now living that. I am living up to those standards. I am becoming the person that I want. That's the most important thing. She says, thank you for your support and helping us overcome our fears and letting go of our tears. Thank you so much. Okay, I have another question, and I got to look it up on my phone because some of these came from Instagram, and I had to screenshot them. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, actually, I have a comment. So, Dr. Anita, I love all of your content for us single ladies. The truth is not easy, but is necessary to hear. Yes, I want to be the bee's knees for my new man and deserve to be someone's dream girl. That's right. Congrats on your 100th episode. Thank you so much. Yes, you deserve the man of your dreams, let me tell you. And you are, working every day to prepare your heart, to prepare your home, prepare your mind, your emotions for that man. But remember, ladies, you can undo it with your words. We got to be really careful about the words that we speak, okay? Because we can undo it. We can untie everything that we want by what we're saying or what we're thinking over and over. We've got to make sure we are saying what we want and not what we don't want, okay? All right. Here is another question. She asks, how do we fully forgive ourselves for our past? So, forgiveness is a gift that you're going to give yourself. Other people may benefit from that gift, but in this case, you want to learn how to forgive yourself. And here's the thing to know, forgiveness is a decision. We just wake up and we decide today's the day. Like, I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm done beating myself up. I'm done with the shame. To me, this implies that there's some shame there. Something happened, or you did or didn't do something, and now you feel ashamed. You feel like that's who you are instead of that's something you did. Those are two totally different things. So you decide, you wake up one day and decide, I'm done with this. I'm a great person. I like to make lists on the regular of all the things I'm really good at, all the things that are wonderful about me. I do that regularly. I need to remind myself that I'm amazing. There's so much good about me, way more good than there is bad. And I'll be frank, sometimes I make lists about all the not so great things. That list helps me to humanize a man. Because what a lot of ladies will do is we will take a few little picky things about a man and we will pick it to shreds, like, oh, I just can't stand him leaving the toilet seat up, or I can't stand him leaving the cap off the toothpaste. But then, you know what I do? I pick up my list about all the annoying things about me and I go, wait a minute, Look at all these things that he has to put up with. Look at all these things that he has to deal with day to day. So nobody's perfect, but that helps me to put things in perspective. That it's not just about me. It's not just about, oh, I need him to be perfect for me, because I'm not perfect. I got a lot of stuff. Let me tell y'all, I got some quirky things, some weird, quirky stuff that whoever, my husband is, oh my gosh, she's going to be like, okay, all right, there's more good here than this. I got to look past this. I'm being honest. None of us are perfect. So, but I want you to make a list of everything that's amazing about you, whether someone else said it, whether you believe it, and look at that list often. We've all been out here bumping around, and here's the thing, we're all doing the best we can with what we know in any given moment. In any given moment. So there may be things that I will learn in the next 3 months, but right now, because I don't know them, I'm operating from a space of, I don't know that. And so maybe I'm taking too long to do something that I could do quicker. Or I am bumping my head up against the wall about, a relationship tip or how to communicate better. But when I learn that new information, I'm going to go, oh man, I can't believe I didn't know this before. But you know what? I am learning it at the exact time I needed to learn it. Like, I want you to believe that. All of us, we're doing the best we can with what we know now. And that's why it is so critical that we grow. It is so critical that we learn and grow and change and evolve. We make an effort towards personal development. So if you're doing that, I want you to give yourself a big hug, a big pat on the back, because you are attempting to grow. You are attempting to learn and to be better and to do better. So yeah, I want you to make a decision that today's the day you're going to forgive yourself. You're over it. You are not going to live in shame about it anymore. And then you're going to make a list of all the things that are amazing about you. And you're going to look at it often. You're going to use affirmations. And you're going to start to speak life into yourself again. That's the most important thing, okay? Your words have tremendous power, so use them for good and not for harm. Okay, I have another question, this one from Instagram. He asks, I just recently discovered that my symptoms for filiophobia, which is a fear of love, are why it's so hard for me to form a genuine connection with most females. I have a small few that I trust and talk to, but others that I start to develop feelings for, I make the ultimate choice to cut them out of my life due to my inability to trust them. What can I do to overcome this? Okay, so it sounds to me like there are some fears for sure, some insecurities, and this might be something that you could begin to work with a therapist or a coach on. You could actually make that a great goal. I want to make a goal of being able to have and maintain opposite sex friendships and opposite sex relationships and learn how to trust people, learn how to be vulnerable, learn how to, some people have a fear of intimacy, which is truly knowing another person deeply, but on top of that, allowing other people to know you. A lot of people struggle with that. So they feel most comfortable getting to know other people, but they don't feel comfortable when people want to know them, when they want to know their deepest, darkest secrets, or they want to look them in their eyes. They want to, just really know them on a deeper level. Some people are deathly afraid of that, but there are a lot of great YouTube videos on this, what to do when you fear intimacy. I definitely recommend working with a coach or a therapist on this. This probably stems from childhood. It also appears that you may have a more avoidant attachment style. So you want to look into that. What is avoidant attachment style? A dismissive avoidant attachment style. And that comes from childhood. So that was formed from childhood, from your mother, your father, your grandparents, or your caregivers. that you hold people kind of at arm's length, right? You don't let people get too close. You hold them at arm's length. You start to feel smothered when they come around a lot or call a lot or text a lot. You don't trust people. You feel like you can only rely on yourself. That is an attachment style, and it can be healed. You can work towards a more secure attachment style. So there's a really great book. It's called Attached. I would definitely recommend you picking that up and checking it out. But also working with a coach or a therapist would be awesome as well to help you with this fear of getting close or being intimate with another person. Okay, we have another comment coming in. She says, after listening to episode 91, I have become more conscious about the way I talk to my partner. At the time I listened to the episode, we were broken up, but now we're together and I constantly listen to that episode to keep myself in check. Thank you, Anita. You are welcome. I love to hear stories like this. I love it when ladies have broken up with a man, or he's broken up with them, or something hasn't worked out, and we're able to heal some of those things inside of them, and the relationship comes back together. Like, I love that. I love those stories of just ladies using the feminine skills to heal themselves and their relationships. I absolutely love it. Okay, next question. It says, how to deal with betrayal from a partner and healing tips after betrayal. Okay, so this is a tough one. Here's the thing for sure about love and relationships. There are no guarantees. Like, we are taking a risk when we're thinking about giving a person our time, our energy, our body, our heart, our mind, all that stuff. We're taking a risk. We can only do our part in that relationship, and we have to pray that the other person does their part too. Now, here's the thing. I give people tips on how to choose the best partner. I think you have a greater chance of success when you choose the best fit partner for you or a healthy partner for you. But we're taking a risk. And guess what? Sometimes, a lot of times, people hurt us. People betray our trust. There's cheating, or there's lying, or there's, financial or infidelity, emotional infidelity. And it hurts. It doesn't feel good. So first things first, if you're going to stay with this person or in this relationship, that person must be repentant. That person must be sorry. They must feel some sort of regret for the hurt that they've caused, and they have to act like it. That's first things first. I can't heal this if you're telling me to get over it, if you're telling me it wasn't a big deal, if you're dismissive, okay? Your partner must see their part in it. They must own their part in it. They must apologize for their part in it. And then moving forward, you've got to take the steps necessary to work on forgiving them, but also soothing yourself. That is the most important skill of all. Our mind will play tricks on us. And so we've got to become really good self-soothers. If we decide to stay in this relationship or with this person, we've got to see them being repentant and them being truly sorry for what happened. We've got to see those actions, but then we also have to learn how to self-soothe. We have to learn how to talk ourselves down off the ledge when our mind is telling us, oh, I can't believe he did this, or, oh, he's probably out doing it again, or, oh, it's really our thoughts. We've got to get control of those negative thoughts about what happened. And then I also want you to tell yourself, whatever the betrayal was, it wasn't about you. So don't let a person, trick you into believing it was something you did or didn't do. You weren't good enough. That is the primary thought that a lot of us have when it comes to this betrayal. We think we're not good enough somehow. And that is not the case. People are infallible. They're imperfect. They make mistakes or they make bad choices, okay? Because not everything is a mistake. Sometimes it's just a bad choice. And if we're going to move past it, I do believe forgiveness is necessary at some point. And remember, forgiveness doesn't mean we stay with the person or stay in the situation. We can leave the situation and have love and forgiveness for that person. But that's a part of it. And then a part of it is just soothing yourself, is what you tell yourself, the words and the language you use to describe this betrayal, to describe what it means, what it's going to mean for your future. That's really, really, really important. Okay, I hope that helps. Next question is about dating potential versus the real person, looking past red and yellow flags that you may see. So dating potential versus who the person is right now. I could do a whole nother show about that. But it's really important. I always tell people it is so important. Love, good, healthy love is 50% head and 50% heart. So when we're out here dating people's potential, we're 100% in our heart. We're 100% in our feelings. We're not using logic. We're not using just good old-fashioned rational logic, because it doesn't make any sense for you to say, oh, I'm dating this guy and he, sleeps on his grandmother's couch. He doesn't have a job. He doesn't have a car. He's trying to get a financial management company off the ground, or he's trying to get his music career going, or he's trying to build this business. And, 5 years from now, yeah, he's going to be doing big things. Okay. But right now, that's not the case. And if you all know me, I don't believe you are, trying to date someone who's in a building phase. I just don't believe in that. I believe that to some degree, if we each want some measure of success, if we have something that we want out of life, we have to go through a building stage on our own, because other people entering into that is just a distraction. It is not, this person's positive and they're going to help me. No. One of two things is going to happen. Don't ever forget this. If you approach someone who is not where they want to be and is not doing as good as they want to do, one of two things is going to happen. One, they're going to use you to build whatever it is they're trying to build, or to create whatever life they're trying to create. And then the probability is high that they will discard you. Okay? Because guess what? You were what they could attract when they didn't have anything. And once they have everything, they're going to want somebody different. I know that's hard to hear, but it's the truth. So that's the first thing that's going to happen. One, they're going to use you to build what it is they want to build, or have the life they want to have, and then discard you. Or two, you are a distraction. You are a distraction to them doing anything real. You are a distraction. And you are also, it's kind of like you are confirming that, if I attracted this person and I had nothing, then I don't need to have anything. You're confirming their brokenness. You're confirming that, okay, if I attracted you and I was sleeping on my grandmother's couch and I didn't have a car and I didn't have a job, well, then that's good enough because I attracted you. They're not going to grow 1 inch. They're not going to get better at all. And you're just nothing but a distraction to them. They're not going to take off on their business. They're not going to get their music career off, because they're like, hey, I've got you. We're doing stuff and we're hanging out and I'm having sex with you and I must be okay. Everything must be fine. And it isn't. So I don't like either one of those. I don't like either one of those options. That's why we're not dating potential. We are letting people build whatever they're going to build and do whatever they're going to do. And keep in mind, it don't have to be perfect. It don't have to be perfectly wrapped up in a beautiful bow, but they need to get further down that path. If you're meeting someone and they have next to nothing, no, you should not be entertaining someone with next to nothing or nothing. I would say, you know what? That's a wonderful dream. That's a wonderful goal. And so, yes, that's amazing. That sounds interesting. So I'm going to give you time and space to work a little more on that. And, when you're further down the path, check me out. If I'm still available, great. But this whole idea of, men saying, oh, you're supposed to help build with me. And, no, I support you with words. I support you with space and time. Nobody is helping. That's not my dream. That's not my dream. So if this is your dream, if this is your goal, if you need all this hand holding, that's telling me a lot right there. You are not in your masculine, sir. You are in your feminine. You want me to be in my masculine, and that's just not going to happen. So let that person become a little bit more of who they think they can be. And then, if you are still available, they may come back around. But no, that's not how it works. We need to let people do what they're going to do on their own. And, I'm not perfectly where I want to be, but I'm far down the path. So if a man met me now, he'd say, wow, you have done a lot. Like, you have done a whole lot. And guess what? There's even more I want to do. And sure, he could say, wow, we're kind of going in the same direction, or we're on the same path. May I join you? Will you join me? That's how that works. But not with nothing, not with nothing or next to nothing. No, that person needs to be by themselves. They need to be on their own. They need to be building and grinding and working and figuring out who they want to be, what they want to have, what their life looks like. And yes, I know this is going to sound harsh, but you do need to do that by yourself. You don't need another person to do that. You need to do that on your own. That's how you're going to really appreciate it. But no, we do not date potential. I've made this mistake myself. The only possible exception is those of you who are out there and you're dating and you're 18, 19, 20 years old, 21, 22 years old. So if you're dating a man, you all have both graduated college. Yeah, you're kind of both dating each other's potential because you really haven't done much other than graduated high school and graduated college. And maybe you have a job somewhere and you're doing something, but you're not fully on your path to being who you want to be or doing what you want to do. But get a little further down that path and check me out. Circle back around. Let's see. Who knows? That's what you ought to be saying. But no, not with nothing or next to nothing. No. Okay. Let's see. I have another comment. Let me look on Instagram here. Okay, so I've got another comment that I want to read. Another listener says, yes, episode 91 on your podcast was everything. I needed to hear that. Thank you so much. It means so much to me when certain episodes really resonate with people. I absolutely love it. Stay tuned because we're going to be diving even deeper in the next 100 episodes. I'm curious to know how long it's going to take me to get to 100 episodes another time. But we're going to be diving even deeper. Okay. We got another question here, and then I'm going to have to wrap it up. All right, here we go. This question says, why do you think it's best to wait for a commitment before having sex? Okay. So, to all of my feminine energy ladies out there, I want the absolute best for you. I want you to experience true satisfaction, not immediate gratification. When we have sex outside of exclusivity, outside of a commitment, when we have sex like friends with benefits, casual sex, hooking up, while it may be gratifying, and you know what that means? That means that in the moment, it feels good. But it is not long-term satisfying. More often than not, and I have talked with hundreds of women who have all, after the fact, expressed regret, expressed hurt, expressed anger, frustration, confusion. It always comes up because deep down, my sweet feminine ladies, my sweet goddesses, you're not wired that way. You are not wired that way. You are wired to be cherished and truly loved, deeply loved, cherished, made to feel special, made to feel like a priority, to be the only one. You are wired and built for true, loving monogamy. And I'm talking, long-term, waking up next to and going to sleep next to and sharing your life with. Like, that's what we're wired for. That's us at our very best. And when we have sex outside of commitment or exclusivity, that is not us at our best. And it always bites us in the end. It always catches up to us. Because deep down inside, we want more. We're wired for more. And that's why the chickens come home to roost every time. We think we can do it, but we're wired for more. We're wired for deep love and intimacy and emotional connection with a man, not just sex. That's why a woman is the receiver and a man is the giver. We are wired very differently. And so it's not meant for everyone to come inside of us. It's not meant for that. We save that for someone who not only wants to come inside of us, no pun intended, but wants to stay there. They want to stay within our love and our monogamy and our commitment and exclusivity, our life, right? Our mind, our heart. That's why I have the hashtag no free sex. Free sex is sex that a man can obtain without his time, his money, his energy, his love, his heart, his commitment, his exclusivity. That's free sex. A man is getting free sex from a woman. He is getting something that, in my opinion, he has not exchanged what it's really worth. That's free. And I don't do free sex. No. And it's not all about money. It's about the other things that I need to exchange it for. And here's the thing. A lot of ladies say, well, I have needs too. And, I have needs of my own, and I'm fine with friends with benefits because at least I'm getting my needs met. That is gratification. That is not satisfaction. And trust me, it's going to come. The chickens will come home to roost. It's going to come up. It does almost every time that you want more. And to me, you'd be lying to yourself to think that just doing this is enough. It's not. And I want more for you. And to me, I'm going to be frank, having casual sex to me isn't even good sex. Like, that's not even good sex to me. Good sex is connecting with a man on a deeper level. Good sex is feeling loved, feeling cherished, feeling special on both our parts. Like, we're both feeling it. That's good sex. So it is friendship set on fire. It is intimacy plus eroticism. That is what good sex is. So intimacy is the deep knowing of another person and them knowing us and us knowing them and all of that, right? And I don't believe you're going to truly experience that having casual sex or sex without commitment. Because that basically means that, sure, we may have sex tonight. We may have sex this weekend. We may have sex in 2 weeks, 5 weeks, 8 weeks. That's not good sex to me. Sporadic, random, like, I don't know when I'm going to get it again. That's not good sex to me. But when we're married and I know every night you're going to lay down next to me and there is a possibility that need could be deeply met in me, that feels good to me. But this just random, I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't know when I'm going to see you. I don't know when you're going to feel like doing it with me. That's not good. That's awful. So that one good time that we had sex, now I don't know when it's going to happen again. And then I'm left all confused and wondering when it's going to happen again. And even on a physical level, like, I'm craving for it to happen again, but because we're not committed or exclusive, I don't know when that's going to be. That just doesn't feel good to me. I pass on all of that. I'd rather have none than have that. That's what I want us to get to. I want the very best for you, ladies. I want you to experience that. There's just a special, oh my God, when you lay down with a man that you're exclusive and committed with or that you're married to, I mean, you can just exhale. It feels good, right? And he's a good, healthy, masculine man. So I'm not talking about the bad men out there. I'm talking about the good men that are coming home every night, that you're laying next to, that you're cuddling up to, that you're having dinner with, that you're talking to, that you're sharing the bathroom with. That is a next level type of intimacy that I want every woman to experience one day. And so, yes, do not sell yourself cheap. There is no free sex. And that is setting up a precedent in our world. That's why our world is about to blow up with this gender war, because unfortunately, women have fallen for some sort of weird, psychological Jedi mind trick where they actually thought this Netflix and chill, this friends with benefits was the way to go. And now that has blown up in our faces. Please don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Okay? No, that is not the way to go. The second part of that question is, what are your thoughts on having a sex buddy? So based on how I answered the first part, you probably already know. Again, we're lying to ourselves. We're thinking that this will be satisfying, and it's not. It's not. I'm going to have a husband who is a lover, who is a friend, who is a confidant, who is just everything wrapped up. He can be my sex buddy, okay? He can be my sex buddy, and at least there'll be some consistency to the sex. So, yeah, I just don't find the random hookup culture, I don't even find that sexually satisfying. Who I am as a woman, that wouldn't even sexually satisfy me. Let's not talk about emotional. Sexually, I would be frustrated. So, no. I'd rather have nothing than have that. That is just too frustrating for me. So I really encourage ladies that if marriage, if an exclusive committed relationship is your long-term goal, set your sights on the long game. It's kind of like the stock market, okay? You don't buy stocks one day and then the next day you try to cash out. It doesn't work that way. You put your investment in and you're in it for the long haul. You're in this thing for the long gain, not the short-term gain. But what people are trying to do is they're trying to get short-term gains. And then they're ruining their long-term gains. So I'm here to really encourage people to take steps. So set a goal, set a long-term goal. And I want you to take steps towards that goal. Anything that doesn't align with getting you to that, don't do it. Okay? So if your long-term goal is to get married and to have a faithful, loyal, wonderful, healthy, masculine husband, anything that looks like Netflix and chill, sex buddy, friends with benefits, anything like that, you're going in the other direction. You are not going in the direction of that goal. So if that's what you really want, go in the direction of that. That means be patient, be purposeful, prepare your heart, prepare your mind, prepare your body, prepare your finances, your home, and everything else for that long-term goal. Trust me, this is an energy game here that we're playing. It's all about energy. And when we're expending energy in a direction that's not going where we want to go, we're going to get some other results. And then we're going to be like, well, I don't understand why I'm feeling so bad. I don't understand why I'm not married yet. I don't understand why I don't have a husband yet. Because you're not going in that direction. The things that you're doing are going in a different direction. So I have received a lot of flack on this. I was actually just talking to another content creator about this. She has a platform too, and it's all about, courting instead of, dating or hooking up or whatever, courting for marriage. That's her platform, and she's very passionate about that. And I just let her know, hey, I'm on this train too with you. And I get a lot of flack about this. I get a lot of flack about encouraging women to remain abstinent until exclusive and committed or married, because all this other stuff is really not getting you what you want. So, and I want you to have what you want. Just understand that. I'm not trying to keep you from, I'm against sex. Oh my God, that's the farthest thing. I'm not against sex. Okay, sex is amazing. Trust me, I want you to have the best possible sex there is. And I already know that's with someone you're madly in love with and someone who's madly in love with you. That's with someone who's claimed you and who you've claimed. That's with someone who's married you and who you've married, okay? So who you deeply and intimately know, and they deeply and intimately know you. That is amazing. That's what I want for each and every one of you, okay? So it will require patience. It will require preparation, okay? And being on a purpose, that's what is required. And so, men are going to come and they're going to offer you free sex, okay? I'm not interested in that, I'm not interested in getting their free sex, and I'm not giving them my sex for free. So be patient. Understand that every day when you're thinking of your long-term goal, you're walking in the direction of that. And what would that look like? Like, what do you need to do to prepare yourself to be a wife? And then you got to move like that. You got to move as such. That's it. Okay. Let me see if I got any other questions here. Any other comments? Because I know my time is getting short. I don't like these episodes to go too long. I think that is it. I just want to thank everyone for sending in their questions, their comments. I so appreciate you all. I appreciate all of my listeners. You may listen to the podcast everywhere that podcasts are played. Please check out the YouTube channel. And every now and again, I will shoot video to go along with my podcast. I did not do that tonight because I am absolutely exhausted after working a really long day. But I just want to thank each and every one of my listeners. Just know that everything I do it for you. I do it in service of you. I do it in service of you having the relationship you really, really want. I want that for you too. Okay. All right. We have finally gotten to the end of our show. I am going to pick out the name of our winner of 100 Cash App dollars. Are you ready? Okay. I'm reaching in here and hold on a second. All right. Our winner for today, for the 100th episode, is Sherrod Julian. Cash App DJ Lux Life. You are the lucky winner of 100 Cash App dollars. Congratulations. And so here's what I'm going to need you to do to claim your prize. I need you to send me an email at info@betterlovemovement.com. You are going to put prize winner in the subject of your email, and you are going to just say, okay, I want to claim my prize, so send it to my Cash App. Thanks. Okay, you're just going to send me that email, put prize winner in the subject of it, and just say, hey, I heard my name and I'm claiming my prize, and I will Cash App you that $100. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. And as always, stay open to love.
Thank you for listening to today's podcast episode. If you are enjoying this podcast, please leave me a 5-star rating and review. Your ratings and reviews help me to continue to bring you more great content. Head on over to YouTube and check out the Better Love Movement channel. There's more video content there, and you can subscribe to be notified when a new video is posted. If you have a question that you would like to have answered on the podcast or in a YouTube video, please send it to me at info@betterlovemovement.com. You can also connect with me directly on the Magnify app to to have your dating and relationship questions answered. That's MAGNIFI, and it's available on iOS and Android. You get your first 5 minutes for free. So give me a call and let's chat.